Hi, welcome to our show.
Few shows have captured the heart and spirit of a generation quite like My Three Sons. Airing from 1960 to 1972, this timeless classic followed the Douglas family, widowed father Steve and his three sons, as they navigated life's ups and downs with humor, warmth, and love. With its gentle charm and relatable storytelling, My Three Sons became a staple of American television. It's been over 5 decades since the final episode aired. Some cast members stayed in the spotlight, others stepped away from it, and sadly, a few are no longer with us. In this video, we're taking a heartfelt journey through the cast then and now, sharing their real names, ages, career highlights, personal stories, and paying tribute to those who are no longer with us. So hit that like button, subscribe for more classic TV content, and don't forget to share your favorite My Three Sons memories in the comments. Let's dive in. Fred MacMurray. Fred MacMurray, born August 30th, 1908, in Kankakee, Illinois, portrayed Steve Douglas on My Three Sons starting in 1960 at 52 years old. Steve Douglas is a widowed father, a loving, wise patriarch balancing his job as an aeronautical engineer with raising his three sons. Fred's portrayal of the gentle yet strong father figure made him an iconic presence in the show. Fred MacMurray passed away on November 5th, 1991, at 83 years old in Santa Monica, California, from pneumonia after a long battle with leukemia. Off-screen, he was known for his humility and love of family life. In his later years, he stepped away from Hollywood and spent his time on his Northern California ranch. His legacy lives on, especially as the heart and soul of My Three Sons. Don Grady. Don Grady, born June 8, 1944, in San Diego, California, played Robbie Douglas on My Three Sons starting in 1960 at just 16 years old. Robbie Douglas is the middle son, good-natured, athletic, and often the most easygoing of the three brothers. As he grew up on the show, viewers watched Robbie mature from a fun-loving teen into a young husband and father. Don Grady passed away on June 27, 2012, at 68 years old in Thousand Oaks, California, after a battle with cancer. Off-screen, he was a talented musician and composer, having started as a mouseketeer on the Mickey Mouse Club. After leaving acting, he focused on music, scoring for film, TV, and theater. Grady was known for his creativity, warmth, and lifelong connection to fans who grew up watching him on screen. His time on My Three Sons left a lasting impact, and he remains a beloved part of the show's legacy. Tim Considine, born December 31st, 1940, in Los Angeles, California, played Mike Douglas on My Three Sons starting in 1960 at just 19 years old. Mike Douglas is the eldest of the three sons, responsible, intelligent, and often the voice of reason in the family. He was written out of the show in the 5th season when the character got married and moved away. Tim Considine died peacefully in his sleep on March 3, 2022, at his home in Mar Vista, California. He was 81 years old. The cause of death was not publicly disclosed. Tim was a true Renaissance man, an actor, writer, automotive historian, and photographer. He also appeared in classic Disney productions like The Shaggy Dog and Spin and Marty. His contributions to early television left a lasting impression, and his role in My Three Sons helped shape the show's early heart and tone. William Demerest. William Demerest, born February 27, 1892, in St. Paul, Minnesota, portrayed Uncle Charlie on My Three Sons, joining the cast in 1965 at 73 years old. Uncle Charlie is the gruff but lovable maternal uncle who steps in as housekeeper after Bub leaves. With his sharp wit, no-nonsense attitude, and heart of gold, he quickly became a central and beloved figure in the Douglas household. William Demerest passed away on December 28, 1983, at 91 years old in Palm Springs, California, from prostate cancer. Despite William Demerest's long and successful career, he faced personal struggles throughout his life, including financial difficulties, strained family relationships, and battles with alcoholism. In his later years, he lived in relative seclusion following the loss of several close friends and loved ones. Though his path wasn't always easy, Demerest's unforgettable portrayal of Uncle Charlie left an indelible mark on classic television, and he remains a cherished part of My Three Sons history. William Frolley. William Frolley, born February the 26th, 1887 in Burlington, Iowa, played Bub O'Casey on My Three Sons, joining the original cast in 1960 at 73 years old. Bub O'Casey was the boys' maternal grandfather, a gruff but caring live-in caretaker who helped raise the Douglas boys after their mother's death. With his dry humor and no-nonsense attitude, Bub brought warmth and stability to the show's early seasons. William Frolley passed away on March 3, 1966, at 79 years old in Hollywood, California, from a heart attack. He collapsed while walking home from a movie. Frolley was already a television legend before My Three Sons, best known for playing Fred Mertz on I Love Lucy. Off-screen, he was respected for his sharp wit and professionalism, though he also struggled with alcoholism and had a reputation for being difficult at times. Still, his performance as Bub left a lasting impression on the series and its fans. Beverly Garland. Beverly Garland, born October 17, 1926, in Santa Cruz, California, played Barbara Harper Douglas on My Three Sons, joining the cast in 1969 at 43 years old. Barbara was a warm, kind-hearted schoolteacher and widow who married Steve Douglas, bringing her young daughter Jodie into the family and adding a new dynamic to the show's final seasons. Beverly Garland passed away on December 5, 2008, at 82 years old in Hollywood Hills, California, after a long illness. Off-screen, she had a successful and varied career in film and television, known for her roles in 1950s crime dramas and as a pioneering actress in strong female roles. She was also a successful businesswoman and hotel owner. Garland is remembered for her grace, strength, and the warmth she brought to every role. Meredith McMurray. Meredith McMurray, born May 30, 1944, in Houston, Texas, played Sally Ann Morrison on My Three Sons in 1963 at 19 years old. Sally was the love interest and eventual wife of the eldest son, Mike Douglas. Her character departed the series when she married Mike, and the couple moved away. Meredith passed away on July 14, 2000, at 56 years old in Manhattan Beach, California, after a battle with brain cancer. She came from a showbiz family and built a varied career in acting, singing, and television hosting. Behind her success, she faced real challenges, a troubled childhood shaped by her father's alcoholism and 2 painful divorces. Yet she stayed strong, especially as a devoted mother. Though her role on My Three Sons was brief, it left a lasting impression. Meredith's legacy endures through her talent, resilience, and the affection she inspired in fans. John Howard. John Howard, born April 14, 1913, in Cleveland, Ohio, played Dave Welch on My Three Sons when he was 51 years old. Dave Welch was a trusted family friend who provided wisdom and support, embodying stability during the show's transitional years. John Howard passed away on February 19, 1995, at 81 years old in Santa Rosa, California, from heart failure. Off-screen, Howard had endured a career filled with highs and lows, shifting between Broadway dreams and modest Hollywood roles. He was married twice. His first marriage ended in a bitter divorce that left him estranged from his only son, Peter. His second wife, Gloria, offered some comfort, though the couple struggled with infertility, a source of deep sorrow. As acting opportunities declined, Howard quietly stepped away from the spotlight, facing periods of depression. Though his time on My Three Sons was limited, he brought quiet dignity to the role and remains part of the show's enduring legacy. Joan Vose. Joan Vose, born July 30, 1927, in St. Albans, New York, played Jan Deering on My Three Sons, appearing when she was 33 years old. Jan Deering was the wife of Steve Douglas's friend, Gordon Deering, and a warm, maternal figure to the Douglas children. Her character added a comforting family presence during several early episodes. Joan Vose passed away on June 4, 2001, at 73 years old in Tarzana, California, from heart failure. Off-screen, she began her career as a rockette and fashion model before transitioning into film and television. She was married to architect John Stevens for over 40 years and devoted herself to both family and faith-based community work. While her role on My Three Sons was modest, Joan Vose brought warmth and grace to the series, leaving a gentle, lasting impression. John Galedet, born March 23, 1903, in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, portrayed Bob Anderson on My Three Sons, appearing in 1965 at 57 years old. Bob Anderson was Steve Douglas's understanding boss and friend Offering professional guidance and personal support, his character added mature presence and stability to the show's adult world. John Galedet passed away on November 5, 1983, at 80 years old in Los Angeles, California. The cause of death was not publicly disclosed. Off-screen, Galedet had a prolific career as a character actor, appearing in over 180 film and television productions. Known for his composed demeanor and versatility, he worked steadily in Hollywood from the 1930s through the 1970s. While not a central figure on My Three Sons, his reliable performances made him a familiar and respected face in classic television. Barry Livingston. Barry Livingston, born December 17, 1953, in Los Angeles, California, played Ernie Douglas on My Three Sons, officially joining the cast in 1963 at 9 years old. Ernie Douglas is the intelligent, adopted youngest son whose wit and earnest charm added warmth and balance to the Douglas household. As the show progressed, Ernie became a key part of the family's emotional center. Now 71 years old, Barry Livingston has continued working steadily in television and film, with credits including The Social Network, Mad Men, and You Don't Mess with the Zohan. He's also an author, having penned a memoir titled The Importance of Being Ernie. Off-screen, Livingston faced his share of challenges, including early career hurdles and a strained relationship with his father. His first marriage to an actress ended in divorce after heavy media scrutiny, but he later remarried and is a father. Despite his ups and downs, he has maintained a low-profile personal life while staying connected to his roots in show business. Barry Livingston remains a respected figure in classic television, with a career that spans decades and a legacy that continues to resonate with longtime fans. Dawn Lynn. Dawn Lynn, born January 11, 1963, in Los Angeles, California, played Jodie Douglas on My Three Sons, joining the cast in 1969 at just 6 years old. Jodie Douglas is the sweet and spunky daughter of Barbara Harper, who becomes Steve Douglas's stepdaughter after their marriage. As the youngest member of the blended family, Jodie added innocence, charm, and a new dynamic to the show's final seasons. Now 62 years old, Dawn Lynn stepped away from acting in the late 1970s, having appeared in various shows and films as a child star. She later chose a quiet, private life out of the spotlight. In recent years, she faced serious health challenges, including a coma in 2022 caused by complications from surgery, but she has made a slow and hopeful recovery. Though her time in Hollywood was brief, Dawn Lynn remains a beloved part of the My Three Sons legacy, remembered fondly by fans who watched her grow up on screen. Stanley Livingston. Stanley Livingston, born November 24, 1950, in Los Angeles, California, played Chip Douglas on My Three Sons, starting in 1960 at just 9 years old. Chip Douglas is the adventurous, curious middle son, always eager to tag along with his brothers and dive headfirst into mischief. As the series progressed, audiences watched him grow from a spirited boy into a thoughtful and dependable young man. Now 74 years old, Stanley Livingston has stayed active in the entertainment industry, mostly behind the scenes as a director and producer. Growing up in the spotlight wasn't always easy, and he faced personal challenges, including the pressures of fame and private heartbreaks. Still, he found his place outside of acting and has kept a relatively low profile in recent years. Stanley Livingston's role as Chip helped shape the heart of My Three Sons, and he remains a cherished part of the show's enduring legacy. Butch Patrick. Butch Patrick, born August 2, 1953, in Inglewood, California, portrayed Gordon Deering on My Three Sons when he was only 9 years old, appearing in several episodes during the show's final seasons. He was a recurring family friend, a polite, dependable teen who added to the warm neighborhood dynamic surrounding the Douglas household. Now 71 years old, Butch Patrick is still active in the film industry and is best known for his earlier role as Eddie Munster on The Munsters, a part that made him a pop culture icon. After early stardom, he faced personal struggles, including substance abuse, but eventually turned his life around. A cancer survivor and advocate for recovery awareness, he remains a familiar face at nostalgic TV conventions, continuing to embrace his place in television history and connect with fans who grew up watching him. Ron Troop. Ron Troop, born June 10, 1945, in Bryn Mawr, Pennsylvania, played Polly Williams Douglas on My Three Sons in 1970 at 25 years old. Polly was the kind and patient wife of Chip Douglas, bringing a gentle warmth and maturity to the show's final seasons. Her calm presence balanced the evolving family dynamic as the youngest Douglas son entered adulthood and marriage. Now 79 years old, Rana Troop has lived a life touched by both quiet resilience and personal hardship. Though she came from a showbiz family and had early promise, her acting career slowed in later years. She faced 2 difficult divorces and raised her 2 daughters, Sarah and Elizabeth, as a single mother. Despite the emotional and financial strain, she remained devoted to her family. Today, she lives modestly in a retirement community and continues to reflect fondly on her time in television. Her role on My 3 Sons remains a meaningful part of her legacy. Cynthia Pepper. Cynthia Pepper, born September 4, 1940, in Hollywood, California, stepped into the role of Jean Pearson on My 3 Sons at just 20 years old. Jean was a kind-hearted and loving young woman, serving as Mike Douglas's first serious love interest. Her character brought a sense of hope and youthful romance to the early seasons of the show. Now 84 years old, Cynthia Pepper lives quietly in Las Vegas, far from the spotlight. Off-screen, her life was more complex than her wholesome image suggested. Raised in a fractured home after her parents divorced, she developed resilience but longed for stability. Her promising acting career slowed after My 3 Sons, with only a few notable roles to follow. She married young but went through a turbulent divorce within 5 years, becoming a single mother to her son David. Behind her upbeat persona, she struggled with self-esteem and the pressure of Hollywood's beauty standards. Today, she devotes her time to writing and reflecting on her journey, one marked by both hardship and quiet strength. Cynthia's brief role on My 3 Sons still holds a special place in the hearts of fans. Jodie Foster. Jodie Foster, born November 19, 1962, in Los Angeles, California, made multiple guest appearances on My 3 Sons around 1971 at about 8 years old. She played Priscilla Hobson, Susan, and Victoria in different episodes. These were early TV roles for Foster, showcasing her talent even as a child. Though brief, her performances added brightness and energy to the Douglas family's community scenes. Now 62 years old, Jodie Foster has become an Oscar-winning actress and acclaimed director. Starting as a child star, with TV credits including Mayberry RFD, The Doris Day Show, and Gunsmoke, she gained international fame with films like Taxi Driver, The Accused, and The Silence of the Lambs, earning 2 Academy Awards. Off-screen, Foster is known for her intelligence, privacy, and strong advocacy for freedom of expression. She's openly part of the LQB+ community, a proud mother of 2 sons, and continues to direct major films and series. Her career, rooted in early roles like those on My 3 Sons, spans decades and highlights her extraordinary versatility and resilience. Thank you for watching and taking this walk down memory lane with us. My 3 Sons gave us unforgettable characters, heartfelt stories, and timeless moments that continue to resonate today. Let us know in the comments. What do you remember most about My 3 Sons? We'd love to hear your favorite episodes or memories. If you enjoyed this tribute, don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel for more nostalgic looks back at the shows and stars we all grew up with.